What kind of puppet would you want to be if you got like turned into one?
Oh my God. Like reverse Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Like if a boy became into a puppet.
Yeah. What kind of puppet would you want to be?
Oh my God. Okay. So you got to think about the types.
Well, yeah. I mean, and we've gone over. This is our third.
We've had full puppet
This
episode.
is our third puppet episode.
What's wild is we've talked about puppets a ton, and I don't know that much about them.
No, I've forgotten everything. Because
but there's a marionette, there's string, there's hand, there's.
I mean, you could go full Muppet too.
Ooh, full Muppet.
Animatronic.
Animatronic would be
Because
sick.
I'm picturing you still look like a person. Like you can't turn into like the Jurassic Park animatronics.
Yeah, where it's just like supposed to be realistic.
Yeah.
That'd be wild. You come back, it's just a puppet on a ride.
Yeah, just a little like rubbery you. Oh, it'd be like in the Santa Claus 2 when they make that Nazi toy Santa.
Yeah, that's
it'd be like
fucked
that. Ooh, that might be up there for me.
Reincarnation is real. I come back as the fucking like poor boy from Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. Like just very specific. That sucks.
That's some kind of hell.
That is a puppet though.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
If you're bad in this life,
You come back as that kind of puppet.
I don't know, dude. That's tough.
I think like a Sesame Street, like a felt.
Oh, that'd be really fun.
I bet that'd feel nice.
Since we talked about it, Pinocchio, I think being a wooden boy would be fun.
Sure,
just having the wooden
just
bones.
a little doll.
Yeah, just like in the Pinocchio movie, which is a phenomenal movie.
Is it?
It's so good. It's so good. But like the way he walks is so fun because he's bones in his joints and
he's like a little clicky.
Yeah, he's clicky clacky.
And he like turns his head around and stuff.
That'd be fun. But then he lies.
That is true.
Yeah, don't lie as a puppet.
Because like.
Or if you lie in this life, that's how you become a puppet.
The strings people, that could be kind of fun.
And sync?
Because they just move weird. Yeah, and sync.
Yeah.
They're puppets.
Yeah, and sync are puppets.
No, I was just thinking.
Drunks are kind of fun.
What?
Being like an animatronic.
Sure. But like a Halloween display one.
But then like that also makes you think of like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sure. Yeah, because we're getting further away from the puppet.
Yeah. Or like the animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese.
Sure.
But are those puppets? Those are robots.
No, those are more robots.
Yeah.
Because the person isn't actively controlling them.
No, they're programmed to do the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. That'd be weird to be a puppet because someone else is controlling you, but it'd be you.
That's fair, yeah. That's
So
what being John Malkovich is about.
Dude, that's a great movie.
That's such a good movie.
I need to watch that movie again because I haven't seen it in years.
I think I've only seen it the one time.
I think I've seen it like 3 times. I remember renting it from the school library.
Huh.
My girlfriend's school library.
Sure.
In Minneapolis.
Sure, yeah. That makes more sense.
And she fell asleep, and then that was one movie that I loved.
Oh, instead of a scary one?
Instead of a horror movie that I'd have to watch.
Do you see that they're making a sequel to 28 Days Later? Or
28 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working on it.
They're saying it was filmed on an iPhone 15.
Probably some shots.
Sure, yeah. And also, like, they throw on all those attachments. Or maybe it's not 15, but I think it's an
Like the
older...
newest.
Isn't that an older iPhone? I guess I don't know.
I have an iPhone 8. So
True,
I don't
yeah.
think there's that many new ones.
Well, because I have a Galaxy like 21. But are they on different...
100%.
Numbers?
You're in fucking space, and I'm at an apple tree.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah, numbers are different. We have rings.
But, like, I don't understand why they'd film that on a phone camera either. Because, like...
They say that to make the phone sell, but they used it maybe on one shot.
Sure.
And it's like a...
And there's so many attachments where it's like, it's not even a phone in there.
And then
barely.
also, they fucking added effects and color graded it not on an iPhone.
That's true.
So it's like...
you should have to use, like, whatever the shitty Apple...
Yeah. This movie was made with CapCut. Just... Oh my God.
I bet I've seen a movie that has been.
I mean... There are some people that put YouTube videos out that are edited on their phones, and I'm like, how the fuck?
I don't understand how people make such good TikToks. Have you tried to make a complicated TikTok video on TikTok?
Oh, yeah, on TikTok.
I can't do it.
No, and I'm a video editor.
That's
and
true.
I can't figure it out.
Zero clue.
Yeah, but hand those people fucking Premiere Pro. Let's see what they can do.
I bet they could do a pretty good job
God,
too.
fuck yeah, they're probably good.
Yeah, they're probably multi-talented.
Yeah, because they're TikTok famous.
Do you know a weird TikTok thing that's been happening? Sorry if this is a weird conversation about this, but they're allowing
Who are you apologizing to? Hank?
I don't know. Like the idea
You
of
looked at the camera,
Yeah.
but no one's there except for the
camera's
person
there.
watching right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
see.
who I was talking to.
Oh.
But they added like where it's like 120 FPS or whatever. The little word
Frames per second?
Oh, it's frames. All right, because also in like I know it's feet per second and other things, so I didn't know if that was the right thing.
FPS?
Yeah, and it's apparently like crashing phones, but
Yeah,
it's so intense to look at while you do.
because like normal TV is shot in 24 frames per
Oh
second.
my god, that's so wild.
Yeah, and like 60 frames per second is like fast quality. So like 100, that's how you do slow mo.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because like the more frames per second, because then you can slow it down. It's not choppy. 24, if you slow down, it's rough. But 24 is like standard TV.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's wild.
So 120, yeah.
Kids, like you're watching it, it's different.
It's
like
so 100. Their frames are photos. So every movie and TV show is stop motion.
Right.
So it's 100 photos a second.
Holy shit.
That's what it is.
God, and 20 is the normal.
Yeah, 24 is the normal.
What is this in?
Probably 24.
Okay.
Or 24 or 30.
Ooh, we're a little better.
This might be a little bit better because this is like HD.
And we're hoping your Monday's a little better.
Because
This is the voice Monday
that's how you. That's your transition.
Yeah, this was the plan all along. I knew it would lead right here. I had that written.
What was your puppet again?
I think I would say like Sesame Street.
Okay.
I'd want Felt.
I just wanted to do a full circle.
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's get into it. That would be fun. Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast. How's everyone doing? My name's Robert.
I'm Jacob.
And happy freaking spooky season.
Yeah, we
Happy
just talked
October.
about when this episode comes out, and I will be married by then.
Yeah, this is coming out October 7th for people that listen to the day of.
So that's fucking wild.
This comes out 2 days after Jacob gets married.
Yeah.
But at the point of recording this, he's not married.
No, I get married in
So you're going to be a different
less
man.
than 2 weeks. I'll be
Yeah.
a married man.
Yeah, and then the podcast is going to completely change forever.
You think so?
Yeah. You're going to be a freaking mister.
Men are always misters. Don't you wish that we weren't?
Yeah. Like how come women get to they become miss and then misses?
All right. Let's pause for a second and think about what you wish we were before Mr. Or what you'd want to come after Mr.
I already got mine.
All right. Well, then
I don't have to think about it.
Let me think about it for a second. I think I got it.
Okay, what would you go with?
Mystery.
What comes first?
Mr.
Mister.
So yeah, and then
when
next
you get
week I'd
married-
be Mystery White.
You go, oh, what's Mr. short for?
Mystery.
Mystery.
Clearly.
My answer is not even close to that exact
Okay.
thought. I'd be Mr. And then when I got married, I'd be Doctor.
Okay.
That'd be fun,
You
dude.
changed the first letter instead of the second.
But that'd be fun as fuck. Where it's like, in order to become a doctor, you just gotta get married, baby.
Fuck, that'd be really great.
Yeah. But also, mystery's hilarious.
Mystery White.
You go from a miss to a Mrs. You go from a Mister to a mystery.
It's not that much further,
I mean, it's a lot harder to say.
Mr. But there's not like a plural for like Misters. Doesn't sound right.
And like the shorthand would be like MS.
Yeah.
MS White.
Yeah.
Mystery White. That's funny, dude.
Dude, I would love that.
I mean, you haven't gotten married yet. You
Dude, I
can't.
could just change my first name.
Dude, if your first name was Mystery,
I dated a girl that was her first name.
was it MY?
I don't know. I never asked.
You, you never saw it in print?
No, I didn't check her ID.
Well, like you probably met on Tinder. You probably saw her name there.
That's fair. Probably.
Yeah, that's
I don't remember.
okay. Was she a mystery?
It fit her. It was
Okay.
Like it was like
She was
nice
she's kind of like a puzzle.
she
She's
was
kind of an
interesting.
enigma.
Yeah.
That's wild. But hopefully everyone's having a freaking fantastic spooky season. It's so weird that it's freaking fall. I'm buzzing out the flannels. It's starting to get chilly. It feels nice.
I wore a sweater outside the other day.
Yeah,
All day I didn't even get sweaty.
The mornings are crisp.
So nice.
I love the crispness.
Because I forget that jacket weather is what I dress for. I own so many night. Like
I'm a fall guy.
that's the only expensive clothing I own is jackets. Like everything else is just a shitty t-shirt.
Yeah, my summer attire is just not even. It's what I'm wearing now.
Mine is an open Hawaiian all summer. And I do like tank tops, I guess.
I have like one pair of shorts that are work shorts.
Don't you only have like 2 pairs of pants?
Yeah, I know. So like I wear these pants in the summertime too, and it's like
Sure.
I wish I had like a summer outfit.
Yeah, because your only shorts are like basketball shorts, and they're like, aren't they like a bright orange or something like that?
No, I wear them at the shop. They're black.
Okay.
They're like black Tony Hawk skater jeans. From,
Don't you have shorts that were orange at one point?
I have like red ones that I
Okay,
rock around
yeah.
in. Those are basketball shorts are different.
Yeah, where
But
they're
these
just super open,
super baggy.
Like, you can't even fill out like a fifth of that with your leg.
But I love it, dude.
Sure.
They're for relaxing. No, but like I just have regular shorts, but I've had them since like high school. And they're like, I used to wear them at work all the time, so they're
Yeah.
like covered in like glue.
Sure.
And they're just ruined.
Just look like cum.
Yeah, it does. It does look like cum. But but it's glue.
Don't you
so I'm
hate
not,
that?
But I'm not. I'm like, I know it's not coming, so I'm freely walking with it.
But everyone else who's looking at your legs was like, he came all over his own
And
pant
he's
leg.
confident as hell. Like that's like, so it's the trade-off.
What a horrible thing to just stain immediately.
Come?
Yeah.
Like your pants?
Yeah, like if it gets on anything, it stains it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Throw it in the wash.
Well, yeah, that's what, obviously, but it does, like,
Yeah.
if it's on
bad.
there, you can see it.
Yeah.
What a great joke from God. Just that.
He goes,
It's going to be the best, but you can't do it on yourself, and we can't even handle that much pressure.
but also it's like, oh, what do young boys like? Wet splooge. Like it's just like these 14-year-old boys are gross. What should I give them? This fucking creamy splooge, baby.
What? It's wild that this is what we've evolved into.
Podcasters?
No, we were born for this.
I don't think I was.
No?
It's sometimes it's work.
Once you see a white baby come out and it's a boy, you know he's going to be a podcaster.
Well, in this economy, everyone's fucking doing it.
Yeah, this costs more money than you make.
Dude, you know what makes me feel kind of gross?
What?
So like I scroll on like Instagram Reels because I don't have TikTok because I'm better than that.
Yeah, but you still scroll Instagram Reels.
I do Instagram Reels.
Which isn't Instagram Reels just like the Wild West now?
Yeah, it's out of control.
Like everyone like cyberbullies and you just see a lot of people die.
Oh, I don't read any comments.
Oh, sure.
But most of mine, it's starting to become like all podcast clips. And that used to be fine of shows I knew.
Sure.
And now it's becoming podcast clips of us. I mean, it's not our, but it's
But
like, you
it's
know what I mean?
other us,
It's
yeah.
other people doing.
I do get a few just group of white dudes and they're not, and like the views are like 18 likes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck.
Dude, yeah, but it's starting to happen more and more. I don't interact with them. I don't even watch them because I'm like, I instantly see them and I hate them. But then I go, I am such a hypocrite.
Yep.
Like I hate them so much, but then I'm doing the exact same thing. But in my mind, I'm like, well, mine's better.
Right.
I'm bringing value.
I do watch some of them and I'm like, well, this isn't as good as the basement yard and it's certainly not as good as ours.
Yeah.
As if we were on that level, I think.
It's just so funny that we're in that group of people that hate podcasts.
And they're probably saying this right now on this.
And they're like, man, we found two new white men that drink.
Fucking Moist Monday.
Yeah, that drink.
That's dumb.
That's great. If they have 160 episodes and no subscribers. But you know what we have that most podcasts don't? Segments.
That's fair.
Yes. And we take pride in our segments. And it's time for a segment, Moist Theater. If you listened to last week's episode, we teased this.
Yes.
This is we're going to do a performance from a play that I have to do for class. So let's get into it. Okay, welcome back to Moist Theater. We're gonna perform a scene from a play called Suburbia. This play was written by Eric Bogason, and it was first performed in 1994, the year I was born, 30 years ago. Just context of the play because
Synchronicity.
the context of this play because this is just a random scene from it.
Mm-hmm.
This play is basically about suburban life and angsts that young adults have.
Which that's us, right?
Yes.
We're suburban young adults. Well,
kind of.
We're suburban adults.
Most of the play takes place outside of a gas station. So something like a 7-Eleven type. It's just
Sure.
people like, so it kind of reminds me of Clerks,
Come and go.
Clerks
Yeah, I
a
was
little
thinking
bit.
that too, yeah.
The play follows 5 characters who are stuck in the cycle of stagnation, boredom, and frustration with their lives.
Okay.
And the characters spend their nights just getting drunk and doing drugs outside of the 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole play takes place in just one night.
Oh.
And we're doing a scene from page 100 of it.
Oh my God.
I'm playing Tim, and Jacob's going to be playing Jeff. And this scene takes place outside of the 7-Eleven late at night.
All right. Do you want to give any context about your relationship with this play? Because I think that's really funny.
Okay, yeah, before we perform it.
Yeah.
So I'm in acting class for my video production degree.
Community college.
Community college, baby. Hey, a degree's a degree.
Dude, I went to community college.
Yeah, this is my fucking 3rd time going.
I think acting class at a community college is a really funny
It's
sentence.
fun.
I bet it is.
It's so fun. The
I
teachers
know
are,
I would love
the
it.
teachers are great. But I'm 30 years old, and everybody else in my class is 18.
Yeah.
They're fresh, young,
Wannabe actors.
wannabe actors. Some of them are in the DMAC play.
Oh.
Yeah, which my first day in class, some kid was like, "Hey, you trying out for the play?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
No.
"No." I'm not. But I've thought about it. I'm like, it might be fun.
Dude, I mean, I go to a lot of local theater, and there has to be old men and adults in it.
I know. So I just, but
I mean, our buddy who's older than us is literally winning local awards.
Yeah, but
for
he's
his
not
acting
doing it community college plays. He's doing it at the Playhouse.
at the community theater.
Yeah, that's different. Because they're like, if you do stuff, I think some of them pay you, which is nice.
I guess I don't know if he's ever been paid or not.
Yeah, some of them do. But so in acting one, there's no monologues. It's just you're doing scene work. And so my first scene is from this play, and I'm partnered with an 18-year-old girl who's pretty cute.
Yeah.
But this scene is two dudes hanging out. And this scene, when we first got our scenes, everybody has a different scene. We did a read through together, and I was like, oh, this is intense. So here's the scene, ladies and gentlemen.
That he has to do with an 18-year-old girl.
Yes.
Who has my part.
Yes. So I have most of the lines, and I have this memorized and perform it in a week. I think I'm performing it the week this episode comes out. So hopefully I improve.
Right after I get married.
Right after I improve. Hopefully I improve from today.
Yep. Are you going to give it your all?
Are you ready?
Yeah. So we're just outside of a gas station.
Yep. We're just hanging out outside of the gas station. This is also going to start mid-scene, so it's kind of jarring, but that's just what my teacher told me to do.
Okay.
It's because you don't want to admit what you are. Drink the last beer, go home, have a piss, jerk off, and pass out. And you have completed your mission on Earth for one more day. It is the way it is, pal. It is the way it is.
Tim? What happened to you and Erica?
Nothing.
Nothing? Really?
I'll tell you if you keep it to yourself.
What happened?
So I had her on back, right, in the van. It's going hot and heavy. She's this animal, right?
Yeah?
And I looked down at her, and suddenly I was filled with disgust.
Disgust?
Yeah. I got up, and I looked down at her, and she starts grabbing and hanging on me. She's crying, Tim, come back. I love you. What's wrong? She wouldn't let go. And I looked down at her stupid face, her stupid eyes, her stupid mouth.
Yeah?
And I hit her. She wouldn't let go.
You hit her?
I guess. I was drunk.
You don't know? How many times did you hit her?
She wasn't moving. I hit her until she wasn't moving. She's still back there. Go take a look.
She's unconscious?
I'm going home. I have a long, hard day of drinking tomorrow.
Wait, Tim, what are you saying? Why isn't she moving?
Take a look. See for yourself if you don't believe me.
Tim, you didn't.
Go look. Do you have the guts to take a look? End scene.
The fuck? You have to say that?
Jesus Christ.
You have to look at him. I said 20 words.
I know.
Maybe.
And she's one of the girls that's in the play, like the D-Night play. So she's like, want to be an actor, and she just has to react to me saying this.
So all I said was, Tim, what happened to you and Erica?
And you go, what? Really?
What happened? Oh wait, nothing really. What happened? Yeah.
It's not
Disgust? Yeah. You hit her?
I did
You
not
don't
hit her,
know?
Mark.
How many times did you hit her? She's unconscious? Wait, Tim, what are you saying? Why isn't she moving? Tim, you didn't. I say yeah with question mark twice.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's an intense scene. But what's wild is I got the scene and I was like, Jesus Christ. But my teacher did let me know some context of the play.
Yeah.
So in the actual play itself, my character's making this up, which is a wild thing to make up.
Because also, what are you referring to? What is back there?
So they hang out outside the 7-Eleven, but there's like a van out back that they have sex in, I guess. I don't know exactly.
Jesus.
But the real thing that happened, and I think it happens in the play, is I was hooking up with Erica.
Yeah.
But then my dick wouldn't work.
Oh.
So then I couldn't hook up with her. So then instead of telling my friend that I'm hanging out with and getting drunk with the truth, I say that I kill her.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of her.
Yeah. What?
Couldn't you say, yeah, we were fucking? That's so much better.
Yeah, just say, oh, we had sex.
Yeah.
Or be like, oh, we fooling around. Yeah. Instead of being like, you know what? I punched her to death. I hit her till she wasn't moving.
There's so many more lies between my dick didn't work and I killed this woman.
Yeah. I have to perform this scene
To a child.
Yeah. It's wild.
That's so funny.
So we did run throughs last week where like we would like kind of doing some basic staging, and the teacher would watch, and then the class would watch. It's weird that the class is watching.
What are you gonna wear?
I don't know.
You gotta wear a wife beater.
Dude, I can't do that. But like,
we just go, get it, dude. Like, get some just like turkey grease on it.
Yeah, just come in fucking
Dishevel.
drunk.
I'm getting into character.
He said no method acting.
Yeah, you were not allowed to do method.
Yeah, because it's not healthy for you. No, but we were doing this scene, and we were running this through, and I'm partnered with this girl, but also I've never met this girl in my life.
How was I compared to her?
Pretty similar. She doesn't have many lines, but she's good. You're good.
Better.
But she's also an actor, and you're a writer.
That's fair.
But
I acted in award-winning things.
we were doing this scene, and the teacher was like watching, giving us critique, and being like, maybe try acting it this way, or our first run through, he was like, pointed to the girl, and he's like, man, you did a great job, but like, I can tell you guys know each other. You guys have great chemistry. You just got to quit smiling.
Oh.
He said that to the girl about us too.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
I don't like this situation.
It's just wild. And I was like, wow, she's smiling? Why was she smiling?
I laughed at one point.
Yeah, you did. But it's like, because I have to play it serious.
Oh no, because I'm laughing because I'm not even because like that it's wild. It's that you were saying this to an 18.
I know, dude. It's
so funny.
There's no other.
She's got her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah, now I'm a podcaster.
And you're just telling her things.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I feel like I got a good scene. Like this will show off my talents.
I think so.
My acting talents.
Yeah, I guess you did a good job, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I have like movement planned, and like, you know, because I'm going to like turn around and act like I don't care, and then be like, I take full use of the room. Because I start off sitting down. Like
when you get up.
At the beginning of the scene where I go, it is the way it is, pal. I take a break, get up,
and you stand up like this, like where you do the big like push down.
Because I'm also like I'm pretending it's late at night and I'm going home, and like you know, so I'm pretending like we also are sitting on the edge of the curb outside of the gas station. Sure, yeah, it's just wild. It's I got class again tomorrow. So
would you see this play?
I am curious about this. Okay, so now speaking of that, I do have more fun facts about this.
Okay.
So apparently, this play was turned into a movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so in 1996, 2 years after the play came out, a movie of the same title, Suburbia, came out, and it was directed by Richard Linklater.
That name sounds familiar.
Do you know what Richard Linklater has directed?
What?
School of Rock.
Oh.
With Jack Black.
Interesting.
He's also done a bunch of other things that are worth talking about, but School of Rock. That's pretty fucking... Good. So now I'm like, I love this play.
Yeah. Because he directed it.
I'm curious what the movie would be like, because it seems like it all takes place in like one. It's kind of like a one room, but it's outside. You know, one spot.
Could be single set.
There is another scene being performed from this play in a different group, and it's two different characters. But one of the characters is like he used to live in the town and then moved away because he got famous doing music, and then he came back and he's like, oh wow, nothing's changed.
Sure.
And the people are like, wow, you got a limo. Like it's a weird fucking.
So that's what I'd do if I returned to my hometown. Actually, maybe drive around in a limo.
Because I'm picturing like a small town, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just these bunch of grease balls. They're probably just high and stoned all the time.
Sure, beating women or talking about it.
But lying about it. What are you getting out of lying about it?
But I'm gonna say, if your character is willing to lie about that, I think he's willing to do it.
He probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these people don't seem like the best people.
Right.
But also what's tough is my teacher is like, you should never judge your own character.
Okay.
Like, because
people have played Hitler.
No, but like he said, when you're acting, you have to play the role, and all the decisions and discoveries you make is who you're playing. So if you're judging yourself, if you're judging yourself, then you wouldn't make those decisions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You got to act like you don't, and also you got to play the moment and don't like. You got to act like you don't know the ending and like all that stuff. So yeah, but he's weird. Like, it is tough on some like villains.
Yeah.
And then I get to play a villain.
You sure do, bud.
Watch my next scene. I'm another beater. Just Jesus.
He's typecasting you.
He's like, you're the oldest person in class.
You're the only one who I can trust to say these things.
You're the one that's allowed to. I can see those bags in your eyes.
Is there anybody older than you?
No, they are all 18. They are all like, dude, baby face 18.
So you just walk in like, it doesn't get better, kids. You end up right back here.
They're young as hell. And
I
like,
went here when I was 18. I'm back.
Yeah, and like they're like very alternative, like 18-year-olds, you know, because they're in acting.
They're cool kids.
Yeah, because they're acting, but they're also they're acting in community college.
Has anybody asked you to buy them beer?
No, not yet. But I haven't hung out with them outside. No, I'm not gonna. We have class at 2:30 in the afternoon. But it is wild. Like most
They're
of them,
18-year-olds.
Most of them probably live on campus.
Yeah, they walk there with their backpacks, and then you walk in.
I walk in with my backpack that I got from my car.
You have a backpack?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay.
I have a binder and a notebook. I'm not gonna walk around with a loose script. I'm not that type of actor. But I gotta memorize these lines now. I'm getting there.
Are you off book at all?
I'm getting there. The hardest part
We'll
is
try again next week.
the hardest part though is the opening The opening thing is a paragraph.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing that I have to
Kickstart yourself.
And then, but once I get that down, then it's pretty easy.
Next week, we'll do it off book.
Jacob does it off book too.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm already starting to add words to the script.
Sure.
And like, because that's like, he's like, act with emotion. And I'm like, okay, this is what my character would say.
Okay.
And this is like, I'm adding,
You really understand this, man.
I'm adding filler words and like, I'm supposed to be like adding reactions. And like, when I'm actually acting this out, yeah, and you go, how many times did you hit her?
Yeah.
I like take a break and I take a breath and then like I start counting on my fingers. You know, I'm like kind of like going through what happened, and then I go, I'm not sure.
Okay.
You gotta commit, dude.
More than 5.
You gotta commit. Yeah. When I put 2 hands.
Yeah.
Then I go back to the third hand. I just keep going.
You have to like stare up for a second.
Yeah. I just say, let's carry the one.
I don't know. You completely change it.
Just be like, I don't know. I was drunk. I forgot I did math. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that scene.
Let us know how to make. I guess this won't come out till after he's performed it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna join now.
But acting is an easy A, and as long as you are off book and try, you get 100%.
So you have to be off book.
Yeah. But he's like, if you need it.
Right.
They go, it's acting 1.
Yeah.
And he's like, some of you aren't actors.
Gives you a 95 instead of 100.
But I want to be good at this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just fun to be, especially because I say like the most wild things.
Because also maybe one of these kids will like cast you in their weird shit.
Yeah, no.
Because you're the only adult they're willing to talk to.
Because they're like, oh, there's a guy in acting class that could play someone's dad.
Yeah. What would you do?
I'd be like, hell yeah.
That's fair.
I start getting acting gigs, and then I'm like, well, actually, I make movies. You want to be in my movies?
Children.
They're adults.
Kind of.
It is
legally.
It is so weird because my brother's young.
Yeah.
But he's now 20. So 18 is like still so young.
Because I remember like when it was like, oh, I officially don't know a person who's in high school.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then like,
high school feels so gross.
And like now, I guess I know you in college, but you're the only person in college I know.
Yep, because I'm a cool kid, dude. I'm a college student. But speaking of being a cool kid,
yes,
Jacob and I went to a film screening.
Oh shit, I forgot about this.
He almost choked on his own spit.
I completely forgot about this, but this was the entire plan for the for this episode.
Yeah, for this episode. Jacob forgot. So, a couple days ago, there was a local film festival. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know we do that 48-hour film festival.
Yes.
This is a floor film festival.
Which is a local theater.
Yeah, which is where we had the 48
movie theater.
But it's kind of hipstery.
Yeah, it is a hipster movie theater.
It's really cool. I'm glad they're back. But you could submit any film you wanted. Some people did submit their 48s.
Yep.
Which is, I get it, because it's like you want people to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
And luckily, like the person we knew, their 48 was very good.
I mean, there were other 48s in there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other 48s.
Yeah, there was.
But we decided to submit a movie that no one has seen yet. It has never, and it's not even out put to the public, but for the Moist Mutuals listening, you will get special access if you want to see the movie we submitted.
Yes.
There will be a link in the description below to a unlisted video on YouTube called They Call Me Carl. And it's the short film we submitted. And we went second.
The night started with this.
And tell them what our movie's about.
So this was a movie that I wrote. Not a movie.
It's a short film.
This is a short film that I wrote.
It's a sketch.
Kind,
but it is the most.
It's the closest to a short film we're ever gonna get.
Yes.
Yeah, this was a sketch I wrote years ago. Like I came with this idea probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Before Sketchman?
At least during Sketchman.
Damn, okay, yeah.
Maybe, probably during, because I wasn't really writing sketches before that. And Sketchman is our old sketch group. We only made a couple videos together, but we're really proud of those.
Yeah, some of them are really good.
No,
and
also-
Jacob's naked in them.
Yeah, I'm naked in one of them, yes. And I'm also a little naked in this film. But this is a film
Oh, yeah,
I
you
wrote,
are.
Yeah. It's a film I wrote years ago. So I grew up with a Roomba, which is like one of those little robot vacuum cleaning. I don't know why my parents got them.
I've always wanted one. I've never had one, but it's like
They're not great.
It GPS's your house and then
The
vacuums.
new ones do. The one we got like an early one,
and it
which
just hits things.
yeah, no, it just bounces off the walls.
It's so weird, and then like it does a half-assed job, but it is better than like imagine how like with animals.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
But like, I don't think ours does anything. Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Also, like,
You just got it because you thought it was funny.
so no, I think we got my parents one of them, and then that one broke pretty quick.
Yep.
And then Issy bought one off of Facebook Marketplace.
So it was already used.
Yeah, so it was actually really weird because she bought it from this other girl, but I think Izzy worked the night that the pickup was, so she sent me, and I was just like, God damn it, I don't want to like meet a girl in a parking lot. Like I just hated that situation.
To get a vacuum.
Yeah, and then I get there, and the girl's husband walks out, and he's like, Hey, I have a vacuum. I think it's for you. I'm like, Yeah, I have a couple $100 or whatever.
And
it
you're
was.
like, yeah. So it
was just
they,
like-
they both sent other people.
Yeah, they both made us do this, which probably smart,
probably safe. But imagine if that's how drug deals went.
Sure, yeah.
Hey,
Just
are
like,
you the guy?
I was told about you. Yeah,
And it's just like, oh no, I'm picking it up for someone else.
Yeah.
I think they were talking, and I got
I have
cash.
this. Is
I
this
don't-
enough?
And it's like, is it supposed to be this green? I don't know. I don't do it, but I'm buying it.
Yeah, like you trust your guy. Right? Like, yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah,
It's weird
But
as hell.
we were like behind a closed Bed Bath and Beyond. It was like a weird
It's an
situation.
open parking lot.
Yeah, and like I was like parked. And like I remember I parked in reverse in case I had to get out of there. Like I thought of that situation too. I was like, this is fucking weird.
Right, it's wild that you were scared.
It was just I don't know. I had because I had cash on me.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can only pay stuff in cash.
Yeah,
And that's wild.
But also you could Venmo. I bet that happens.
I think
You show up and then Venmo them.
Yeah, but I think sometimes people can like scam it or like
Probably.
you can like I don't know, do a weird bank
Takes
thing.
so much work for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but that's how we got this robot. And I don't know why, but my parents always named it Carl. I don't know who came. I might have come up with that
That's
when I was a
hilarious.
kid.
That's also. Didn't you have 2 Carls in your house?
I think so. Yeah, we have 2 Carls here because one
Oh, I
doesn't
thought
work.
the zombie was named Carl.
No, that's Gregory.
Gregory. That's
Yeah.
what, okay.
No, and like they have a pool, and the pool vacuum's name is Vern. Like we name things in
Okay.
my family.
But naming things is fun, dude.
I've always been a fan of it. Yeah, but yeah, so it's
Especially,
Carl.
dude, human names.
Yes.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like then you can yell at them, and it's
Yeah.
fun.
You make them personal, which is the whole point of this movie.
But yeah, I would watch our Carl and just think of how miserable his life technically is. So I started writing about it. And also a fun fact about this Roomba, the current one we have, it almost killed me once.
That's awesome.
It was running throughout the day. No, and it's more interesting than you think. Like I didn't just trip over him, and he knocked something out of a basket and it was fishing line, and he dragged fishing line across the house, and it had gotten knotted to where it was taut. And I tripped on it and fell fucking
So he basically just made a giant like obstacle course of zip line.
No, like there was just fishing line like
and you
dragged.
can't see it, and then you just go, oh,
Yeah, and I tripped over like nothing, and like it freaked me out. And then I like grabbed it and like traced it, and
you're
like
just
it took a while, and like he was around the corner. And yeah, that's how
That's
Roomba
hilarious.
almost killed me once.
We
I was
should,
just
we
like,
should have had that scene in the movie.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
that could be the sequel.
Yeah, because that's just like, oh wow, because that did happen.
Yeah, that's true. It did.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, but it's about how miserable his life would be, and yeah, he just goes through a lot of emotions.
It's basically so it follows a Roomba, and then it's narrated by the Roomba, and that's the sketch.
Yes, and I voiced the Roomba.
Yep, we made it a little bit lower,
Yeah, I
toned it
spoke in
down.
a deep voice, and then you like
and then we
yeah.
toned it down a little bit. But yeah, it was wild seeing that on the big screen because I think it's hilarious, but it's also fucked up.
It's also like we don't think any of our shit's for everybody.
We know it's not for everybody, and I just kept going, man. I'm nervous, and I think people are gonna hate it.
Yep.
But then every time I say that, people love it.
People laughed way more than I expected.
Because I'm like, I'm like, this is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like there are moments where I'm like, but then I'm like, okay, actually it's funny though.
It's
because it's a vacuum.
situation,
The situation. So people were laughing at dialogue and I was like,
way
wow.
more well received than I expected.
And
And
then
I hope you all enjoyed it
And then
too.
people loved the ending and people,
Yeah.
it was great.
And also, it was really unfortunate of what we aired right after.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was another film that was before us, and you're pretty close with some of the people who make it too.
So there's another team, Tiny Explosions, that does 48.
They're fantastic.
And
yeah.
the lead guy submitted a movie that he made just for fun, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But it was with part of the Tiny Explosion crew, and they were the first ones to go. And it was a pretty cute movie.
Yeah.
Pretty creative. It was nice to see them do something that wasn't a 48. I think I've only ever seen their 48s,
Sure,
you know? So
yeah.
it's cool seeing like what they could do if they had time. So that was fun. But then like it's this cute romantic, movie.
Fun about writing and
with
stuff.
like a kid. There's a kid in it, and then like at the end, it's like dedicated to like his mom that died.
Yeah, and it was just, and then we were up next.
Yeah. So and we didn't schedule like whoever put the festival together put it in this order. But
Yeah,
it literally is
made
like
a weird decision.
It's literally like a still of like this guy's mother.
Yeah.
And then like with the dates and it's like a quote from her, and then it fades out, and then our movie starts with darkness.
Yeah, it's me in my most depressing tone, and it's literally like before our film even like starts like visually, it's just the word darkness.
Yeah, and then we just see a Roomba driving around, and we're just like, God damn it! Like it was like so.
And there was like maybe 2 seconds between films.
Because if we're 48, there's
a title card.
Everybody has credits, and then everybody has a title card, and then it goes, okay, this is the team, this is the
Yeah.
no. But for this film festival, because we made it a sketch, so we don't have a title card, we don't have credits, we don't have anything, so our movie just starts, and it was like, oh God,
it would suck so much.
because I was like, oh fuck, and then also because our movie is like making fun of death
A little bit, yeah.
Like it's like Jesus. It was very unfortunate.
And I remember at one point we talked about putting a memorial at the end.
Yeah, and I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we did it because that would have
been horrible.
They would have followed it. People would have been like, "That's in poor taste." And like, we didn't know. We didn't know. Yeah.
Especially because you know them, and you'd have to be like, "I am so sorry." Like I had no fucking clue.
Out of context, our film is funny.
Yeah.
But not put together with yours.
And then there was another film that was made in remembrance of somebody's family member.
Yes.
And like that was fantastic as well. And there was another film of a guy documenting his experience with cancer. And then ours was just right there too. And it was wild.
It was, because this film festival, like anybody could submit to.
And like,
and anybody did.
And I think they played every single film that was submitted.
Yes. There was a few experimental films that I don't understand.
And I truly don't believe anybody does.
There were some cool effects.
Yeah, they did some interesting shit.
The top down, there's a guy walking on drawings, and it was like green screened out, and it looked really cool. But also, I
don't get it.
I don't get it. It kept flashing to like a weird orb in space, and then there was sound effects, and then there'd just be people walking. Like it was like, and there were 4 of those. I think that guy submitted 4 experimental films.
Yeah.
But also, that's kind of funny too if you submit it and it's like, people have to watch these.
Yeah.
That's what we say about our movies. Like, people have to watch this.
Yeah. But if we made just weird experimental,
I don't even know how to do it because it's just like, it doesn't make sense. Dude, one of them, it was like, at least this one was better.
Oh, where was the women wrestling?
I think it was the nature one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
It was the nature one where it was like, it was storming.
There
And
was
people
also
having
one where it was just women wrestling.
Yeah, that one was, and it was like slow motion for some reason. But this one was like nature, and then it was storming, and then people eating watermelon, and then like the watermelon was empty, and then like it got moldy, and then it was the grass was blowing.
I forgot about this.
And then like it was experimental, so it was just a bunch of random shots, and then like the ending was like,
This is a film about climate change.
and it was just like, oh, you didn't have to do that.
Also,
How is it about climate change?
If you have to say that,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
how
it works.
experimental it was. It's like, oh well, people aren't getting the point, so
Yeah,
I
by the
made
way.
this for this.
You should like it because that's.
I mean, it's fun to go to local things because it's like, okay, there are people. I mean, we know that from the 48, but there are people in the area making
also,
movies.
Friends of the podcast, Gruesome Ventures.
With Curls on the Vamp. Yeah, they hosted it, which is really fun. They did a Q&A. It was fun. And they submitted their 48, which their 48 is phenomenal
Fantastic,
this year.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a weird night because before the screening,
It was your birthday.
I had a surprise birthday party that didn't go as well as the person hosting it hoped it would. But it's because I've been thinking about it. I don't think I'm a person that you can throw surprise parties for.
No, you're too busy.
I'm too busy.
No,
and my schedule is always changing and evolving, so you can't. Unless you be like, hey, 6 months from now, we're going on a trip.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Yeah, that's it.
And then that's the surprise party.
Or you make a podcast with you.
Yeah.
Where every Monday we hang out.
Yeah, but it's like she tried doing it, and then so it was like a Wednesday night, and then I was like, oh, by the way, I had this film festival, and she's like, fuck, But people did show up, and that was fun.
Do you think she'll listen this far ahead?
I don't know, maybe.
Do you think she'd mind if I told the secret?
Yeah, I mean, it's over. It's
I think
already.
that'd be funny, actually. So, yeah, one of his friends wanted to plan a surprise party, and she messaged Izzy, which I also thought was really funny.
That's wild. She didn't message you.
Well, because also Izzy and I are planning a wedding right now. Izzy
That's
was
way
just
more
like,
important.
I don't want to help with this.
Yeah, you're like, I got too much shit going on. And I was like, I don't want to help with this either.
Well, yeah, I thought that was so funny. So Izzy told me, and I immediately told you because I know it would be impossible to get you there for a dinner, and then we found out an event, and also at that time you hated birthdays.
I know. So you were like, what? Like, this would be terrible. He would end himself.
This would be his last reason. Yeah. So
This
I
is
told
his
you.
13th reason why.
I
baby.
told you immediately because also some of your friends I don't know how to contact either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so she was planning it, but then it's like I also don't get my work schedule till like the week before, so like I don't know my days off, and I work every weekend, and that's when she wanted to do it.
Well,
And
because also like Izzy asked you, all right, when would you want this? Because she's thinking this day, and you're like, oh, absolutely not that day. Do this day.
yeah, I was like, that day will not work for sure.
She wouldn't tell you about it until the week.
But what's so wild is she wanted to do it on that Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I work every Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
But then the week of, I had that Friday off.
all right.
So it would have worked out, but I usually work every Friday, Saturday. So it was weird that I didn't, but it was still fun. People showed up. I remember I was the first one there.
Yeah, so you were the first one there, and then our buddy Dane called me, and like so I pick up the phone because it's like 4:55, and also it was scheduled at 5. She gets off at 5.
Yeah, everybody gets done with work at 5, and then the screening was at 7, so it's like there was not much time at all.
Yeah, so our buddy Dane calls me, and I hear Jacob. I'm like, what? And
He's
like,
whispering on the phone.
He's like, what's the plan? And I'm like, what are you fucking saying to me? He's like, I'm at Highlight Lounge, which is where we had the birthday dinner. He's like, and I just lied to Robert about that. I just told him we were also here for dinner. No one else is here. So he saw you alone at a bar. So, but like she wasn't there either. So was the plan for just one by one to be surprised, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know exactly because she said 5 o'clock. I got there at 4:50. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Des Moines, the High Left Lounge. It's phenomenal.
And you don't like sharing your food from there.
No, and I don't share my drinks. But I was like, the plan that I was told was I'm going to have dinner with some of my friends, and you were going to come late because of the film festival. But it was going to be,
Oh, you didn't even know I was going to be there.
No, I knew you were going to be there because.
But like from her, you didn't.
I knew you'd be late.
Okay.
But I don't know. But it was like 5 o'clock. So I got there at 4:50.
I also love her like tricking you, and you're just being like, "Oh, sounds great."
Well, I even because she wasn't responding sometimes, so I even texted her the day of, and I was like, "Are we getting dinner tonight?" Like I asked her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we are."
That's so
Imagine
funny.
if I was just like, "Oh, I haven't heard anything. Don't show up." No, but I was
also. I think it's so funny she didn't talk to me about it at all.
Yeah,
like I wasn't even like.
But Jacob ruined it immediately, which is because
the right thing to do.
Wouldn't have worked out. I would not have shown up, or people wouldn't.
Well, Izzy would have just been furious. And then she would have gotten mad at me to make sure you had to do that. Like if I had to get you there and make it seem like a surprise, still that would have been so exhausting.
You're just like, get up,
yeah, come here now.
And I'm like, I can't. I'm working. I scheduled to go out of town. Yeah. I'm a busy boy, but I got there early and I sat down at a booth.
That's so funny you went there early just to ruin it no matter what.
I love that place.
I know.
And I originally was like, I'm going to go there early, sit at the bar, have a drink. But then I was like, no, I'll sit at the table. I'm not confident enough to sit at the bar.
I've never sat at the bar at that place.
Yeah.
And I always sit in a back booth.
Yeah, so do I. But I would love to be a regular there because it's an old man bar.
That's fair.
It's grandpa's bar, grandma's kitchen.
It looks like this.
It kind of wood paneling, fucking old beer signs.
This exact paneling.
The cooking is home style.
Yeah,
like,
it is that comfort food.
Comfort food, and then the beer is like they got fucking High Life on tap. They have
High Life on tap, can, and bottle.
And then they also have the ponies of High Life because it's the High Life Lounge. But then they also have, which is not many places do, they have hams on draft, which is fucking badass.
I forgot about that.
Their beer list
hams.
is like
I
so
love
just
hams.
retro. It's fucking so awesome. But yeah, I got
hams
there.
is the best shitty beer, right?
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Because I would say it's shittier than PBR.
Yeah, but
it's just as good.
Yeah, that might be a good beer to drink. Chug fast.
Chug fast, yeah.
Yeah, in an hour. Mm-hmm. Maybe. But I got there at 4:50, sat at a booth, and then like at 4:55, I see Dane come in. I see, because I'm sitting where I can see the front door, and I see him. I see him walk in, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I see panic in his eyes.
Because he's probably expecting like me to be there.
But also, I knew that it was a surprise party. I didn't know who was going to be there. I didn't know Dane was going to be there. But when Dane walked in, I was like,
I didn't know Dane was going to be there.
But when he walked in, I was like, oh, Dane got invited to this. He doesn't know that I know.
Yep.
So then Dane, I could see the panic, and then he's like walking, and then he like does this corner, and I'm like, hey, buddy. Like I was acting weird. I was like, what are you doing here? And then he goes, oh, hey, Sydney and I are having dinner here tonight.
It's so funny.
But he was there by himself.
Yeah. Oh, they showed up separately?
Yeah, they showed up separately. She showed up like an hour later. So imagine if he sat at a different table.
And if I did, because then he called me.
Yeah, so then he was like, yeah, we're having dinner here. Oh, do you know where the bathroom is? That's what he said to me. And I was like, oh, it's in the back corner. And he's like, oh, thanks. And then he went to the back corner, called you, and was freaking out. And I was just like, he's freaking out. And then he came back, and I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And then he's like, then he sat down in front of me, and he's like, he put his hands together, and he looked at me in the eyes, and he goes, I lied to you. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I'm here for you, buddy. And I was like, what do you mean you're here for me? Like I like this play.
Kept going, yeah.
I was like, what do you mean you're here for me? And he's like, we're here to celebrate you. Like you did it. So
you did, because now he's probably like, oh shit, did Jacob just lie to me?
But yeah, it'd be funny if no one showed up. It was just Dane and I. That'd be so funny.
It's just you secretly wanted a dinner with him.
But it's just so funny because he's like, am I ruining the surprise right now? Because he's like, I'm here to celebrate you, buddy. And I go, celebrate what? And he goes, it's your big day. It's so funny. And then people eventually showed up, and it was weird, but it was fun.
Did anyone say surprise to you?
I was the first one there. I kept going, surprise, because they're here. Oh wow, I didn't know.
Surprise. Just announce that you keep being surprised.
But High Life's fun. My friend Becca did get me
That's so funny.
A variety pack of vinyl though, which is really cool. So I've never seen this before. So she went to a record shop in Omaha.
Oh.
And they just had like random grab bags.
Sure. I've had that for like comic books.
Yeah, so it's like all sealed, you can't see anything. Mm-hmm. And there were 10 vinyls in it, and it was $9.99. So it's $10 for 10 vinyls. So even if they're shitty,
I'd probably buy 5.
Exactly, because it's fun.
Yeah.
So she's like, I have no idea what's in it, and I opened it up. I wrote down what the ones I got. So I listened to a few of these already, and a lot of them are really old.
Sure,
but they're fun old.
Because this is something I used to do when I traveled. Is because a lot of bigger vinyl shops have dollar bins.
Oh yeah, find like a cover.
I would look for just one that looked cool. Yep. I mean, I do that no matter what. If something looks cool enough, I'll buy it. And or if I'm just like, I want one vinyl and not.
If it looks cool enough and it seems like it's be my style of music,
I've just gone sight unseen. And
oh wow,
I'd say a third of them have been incredible, but also probably like.
And some of them are bad.
Some of them are really bad.
But it's like, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off.
So like just like sludge metal, and it's just droney and horrible and slow.
Here are the 10 that I got. Starting off with a wild one that I'm excited to listen to. A live production of Shakespeare's Richard III on vinyl.
Is that
what?
Is it even the full play?
And it's only a 1 LP, so I feel like it's but also it's old.
I guess I don't know how long that one is because I don't know any of his historical.
I don't know anything about it. But I was like, Shakespeare's on vinyl? That guy's cool.
That's fair. Yeah, he made it this far.
He's done vinyl. That's sick as fuck.
Shakespeare's on Spotify, I bet.
I mean, I knew there's like live comedy albums on vinyl. I knew that, but like I didn't know that they did a live production of a play, so I haven't listened to that one
Fair.
yet.
Because the only plays I have are musicals.
I wonder how bad it's going to be or good. Like, I wonder what the audio quality is going to be like, because it's a play.
How are you going to tell who's who?
Dude, yeah, and I don't know anything about the play either. And then the next one is an artist called Lime, and the album's called Your Love. And I'm guessing it's pop music. I don't know.
Maybe.
The next one is Tom Rush.
Okay.
Album's called Blues, Songs, Ballads.
Lame name.
Yeah. I don't know. The next one is Willie Jackson.
Cool name.
And the name of this album is Wild. I Want to Come Back as a Song.
Okay. So
What
that makes me think like kind of like folky stuff.
Yeah, what does that mean though?
Like that sounds like Jim Croce shit.
Which might be good. I like some of that old stuff. Then we got Kesha, Somebody's Baby remix, but it's not the Kesha you think.
Okay,
it's Keesha. So it's a Keisha.
Keisha.
Okay. Somebody's Baby remix. I don't know what that is.
It's a remix.
Then I got the Music Man original soundtrack.
Which I have one musical. I have Funny Girl, but I have not listened to it.
I listened to the first half and I was like, interesting.
I don't like the Music Man.
The only thing that's cool is it takes place in Iowa.
Yeah.
Like Mason City, you know? Yeah, it's weird. I'm like,
does that have the old lady singing like the chick 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 chocolate chocolate?
Can you do that again?
Where they go like chocolate chocolate chocolate.
I don't know. I know they do 76 trombones. That's like the big hit.
I think that's that one. And then like the guys are saying "Good Night, Ladies." I'm almost positive about
maybe,
that.
dude. I
They're
don't
called
know.
like the Hens or something stupid like that.
Then I got Don Ho,
That name sounds familiar.
Greatest Hits.
Oh,
So it must be decently big.
I mean, to have a random greatest hits album's got to be nice.
Yeah, you got to be at least something. And
You'd think so.
And if it's Greatest Hits, it might be his best songs, best
Well,
and
yeah,
only
so,
song.
like
Yeah.
I bet like if he's a one-hit wonder, that you'll at least get that.
Yeah, at least
song.
get that. Then this next one I'm excited for, A Mary Mancini Christmas album. And
that'll be
it's like
fun.
a family, you know?
So that at least has to be decent.
Yeah,
because it's got to be that
And I
style.
have like a bunch of like old school Christmas vinyls.
Just throw that in
So
the mix.
dude, it's so fun just to like around the Christmas time. And then the last two, which I did listen to today, Ronnie McDowell, Love to Burn.
Yes.
It's kind of pop music-esque, but it's from the 80s. So it's like early pop music and it's like love songs. And then the voice of Anthony Quinn, In My Own Way, I Love You.
Okay.
So this one was wild. This is the first one I started with. This is from the early 60s. And this guy is like, he's like this super low, prominent voice. And he just like talks. So it's kind of folky.
It's an early podcast.
It's kind of folky, but there is background singers and music and like orchestra stuff behind it.
Okay.
And it's like a love album.
Is it written like a song? Like, are the words lyrical?
A little bit. And it was decent. Like, I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5. Like,
That's pretty good.
And it was like, it has like that old school vibe, you know, where it's like, this feels like if I was like sipping on a glass of wine, like with a romantic partner, and like this was on, it'd be like, I don't know, black and white.
Okay.
That's kind of what it feels. That's the vibe I got from it.
I don't know if I have a vinyl to fuck to.
That's the tough part. You got to get up and flip it.
That's fair.
Unless you're listening to Richard III. I wonder how long, like how much can they get on one side if it's just text or just
Not
people
much.
talking?
Not much.
But the quality's got to be low.
Well, they might have done it for recording though.
Yeah. So I'm curious about that one.
Yeah. Does it say live in a venue?
I don't know. It just says a production company and then Richard III. So I'm
Yeah, it
guessing
might
it's
just be straight recording.
oh, so it'd be good quality.
Maybe.
I was thinking it was just live, so it's just one mic. It's a
Sure.
real mic. And I'm just sitting in my living room going, oh,
Interesting.
visualizing this.
Good.
Pretty cool. But that's pretty fun. This also has been like so I got that 10 thing of vinyl, and then the past week I've also gotten 4 more vinyl.
Wow.
So this is like, we talked about this earlier, I haven't really been on a vinyl kick lately.
Sure, but you just got 12.
I just got 14 vinyl
14, yeah.
in a week, and now I'm over 200, which is badass.
Yeah.
But the four I got are actually good ones.
Sure. I just got 2.
So I got Local H, Whatever Happened to PJ Souls,
Yes.
which that album just
You've been talking about
but that
album.
finally got re-released, so it's available on vinyl, it's available on streaming. It's the best fucking rock album ever made.
Just tell me about it.
Local H is a 2-piece from Chicago. This album's from 2004,
Okay.
and they recorded it at Million Yen Studios, which is where my band Hazer records all of our shit. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. And we went there because of this album. because of the recording quality of this
Do you
album.
know Local H at all?
We played a ton of shows with him.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was a song. So he has a song called California Songs, which is on this album. And he says there's a line of like something on the radio.
Yeah.
And there was one time we were playing with him in Waterloo, and he goes, "Motherfucking hazers on the radio."
Okay.
Like while he's saying the song.
That's pretty
And
fun.
I was like, that's badass.
Yeah, that
dude.
did something for you.
Yeah, I was like,
I'll think about that later.
yeah, dude. Yeah. So they're sick. So I've been listening to that. That's a Dill LP. I love that album. And then Wes just got me these two albums. I haven't listened to them yet.
Okay.
Crash Test Dummies.
I don't know.
He got me God Shuffled His Feet and A Worm's Life.
Okay.
And both of them are signed.
Cool.
Because he went to a show, I think it was in Iowa City, Crash Test Dummies.
He's going to a lot of concerts.
He goes
recently.
to like once a week now. But dude, so like
That would be nice.
all like their vinyls and stuff he was telling me were signed already, so you could just buy them. And so because I was like, "Oh, did you meet him?" And he's like, "No."
Right.
But then I did.
Oh.
And I was like, "Whoa, that's fucking sick."
Because like the idea of selling signed vinyls is kind of weird.
It is weird if you don't actually see him sign it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because then he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, so I didn't see him at the concert, but then like the next morning we ran into the drummer in the hotel, and then the drummer was like, the rest of the band's downstairs, and so like they hung out with the whole
Shit.
band."
Okay,
And it was
cool.
like, so I was like, "Oh, so you technically did meet
Yeah.
him?" And then I got the signatures. That's fucking sick.
Nice.
And then one of my friends got me. This was like a late Christmas gift that I finally got.
Right.
Was the 21 Pilots, like regional at best,
Yeah.
self-titled album. That's not it. This is like, I think a dub or like, because it was never officially released in America on vinyl.
No, it was never officially released.
On
It was,
yeah.
No, released.
Oh, yeah, like
it's not on Spotify.
It's not an album, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's only on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's how I listened to it
So
in high
like,
school.
so I don't even know where my friend got it, but there are like misprints on the cover. So like,
Nice.
But like, I'm so excited because one of my favorite songs is on that. Kitchen Sink is on
Yep.
that, and then there's early demos of famous 21 Pilot songs,
But
and
they're so bad.
They're so bad.
They're horrible.
It's weird, but I'm so
Because even like Car Radio's on there, right?
yeah.
And Car Radio fucking sucks.
And
on
that's
that
one of their
version.
best songs.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Because I found that.
We found it together, and I was
No, I found it first.
yeah, but I was there though.
Yes,
I was so fucking
Because
mad.
I was so excited. I was mad when you got it because I was like, because that's been my proudest find for a long time.
yeah, because you found it. I got mine as a gift.
Yeah, because I found it and it was in the export section. So it's
Yeah.
I'm from this
It's got-
country.
yeah, it got imported. Yeah, and
Or
you were
yeah,
like,
import or whatever.
and
Yeah.
you were like, holy shit.
Yep. And I showed it to you and I was like, there's another one.
And I was like, God damn it. Because that's a section that I would never look in.
Sure.
Usually.
Yeah. But that record shop is special.
Was that the one in Kansas City?
Yes. Because that's the one where both times I have found my favorite album at the time. Because the first time I went there, I found Fiddlars 2.
Yeah, which is an album I need to get.
Yeah, that's such a good album.
It's fucking... And I love that you also got the...
This year, I
Wait,
got...
remember when you got that album? You got that vinyl
Oh, yeah. It came
fabric?
with, a turntable, like, cover.
Yeah, so
which
like
was
you
interesting.
so like softens your vinyl when it drops down. It's fucking sick.
But all record players usually have a built-in one of those, too.
Yeah, but this was just like another
Yeah, it
layer.
was a
But it was
specific
also
one
the
for
album
them.
cover, which was sick as fuck.
But then this time, I found Troopers Honor Among Thieves, I think it's what
Oh,
it's called.
yes.
Which it's, I think, a late 70s album. It's Trooper. Their biggest song is Raise a Little Hell. It's not super famous.
But dude, this album's phenomenal.
It's so fucking good.
So good.
And it was like $3 when I found it. And I was like, oh, this is my favorite album right now. And I just found it immediately.
And that's why I'm really liking these old records. Is like that's a perfect like
Yes.
vinyl experience.
Yes.
Because it just has that vinyl sound, and it's like a classic rock, just like classic. Just
It was made for it. It was
yeah,
the only thing it was getting made
It was
for.
made for vinyl. That's why I love these old ones because it's like this was only put out on
You
vinyl.
feel it a little
yeah,
bit
you feel
more.
like the emotion and the experience.
Like, it is weird having like
and albums were made to be albums back then.
Like, it's weird to have like all the pop punk albums back when I was emo that I was into.
Yeah, that's how we started our vinyl collection.
Yeah, it was like
getting
with Pierce the Veil,
all time low.
A Day to Remember. Yeah,
I have so many pop punk vinyls that
and it's just weird like that because I'm like, you don't need to be vinyl, but I understand like that they knew that their fans would go crazy.
yeah,
for that.
it was weird. Yeah, because it's not a
because vinyls weren't back yet when we were
they
young.
weren't. Yeah, but I was still buying them.
Yeah, we would have to go on like record store days to find like good.
And then
new
they
ones.
it's really blown up since.
Yeah, it's gotten huge. Where like every A-list artist is making them now.
Oh yeah, 100% because it's. I mean, bands are even starting to make cassettes now.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's weird
because
Wes collects those.
Because that's interesting. Because that's just like not as cool or good quality.
Yeah,
where like vinyls are, it's decent quality or like it's perfect
It
quality.
should be like
sometimes.
the best quality. Yeah,
Yeah, and
there
it's
are
just
snobs that say it's the best, but I don't.
not always.
Yeah.
especially if it's a modern one, it's not technically
Yeah, I
better.
think modern, it's got to be digitally because that's how you made the fucking record.
Right, yeah. And then you lose that
And then you
grip
press
to
it. Yeah, but it's still, I still like it.
Because I like physical copies too.
Yeah. But it's been fun. And then also, yeah, because we celebrated my birthday. I went out to dinner with my family for my birthday. Dude, my stepmom got me a Lego set.
Yes, you showed me this.
I just finished it today.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it was really quick. She got me the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System Lego set.
Do you have a spot for it yet?
No, it's so big, dude. It's over 2,000 pieces.
I mean, some of the pieces are small.
Yeah, dude, there's so much fucking detail. So you build an NES that has a working door, and then also has a working, like, when you put the game in, it pops down. That's fucking sick. And then you actually build Super Mario Bros. The cartridge.
Cool.
And then it also has a remote with a wire coming out of it, which is fucking sick. And then you build a CRT TV.
So it had a wire in it?
Well, it was just like a loose. It's like plastic.
Sure.
But it looks like a wire.
But like it's not like a Lego wire.
No, yeah, it's fucking. And then you built a CRT TV, which is fucking really sick because there's a knob that you can twist that makes it sound like you're actually switching channels.
That's cool.
And then
like
also
it has a click to it.
Yeah, and then there's a crank, and the Super Mario Bros is on the TV, and there's a crank where the scene turns. And Mario is like going through. It's so fucking cool.
Show me the crank.
It's so fucking cool. And then one of my favorite details, I'm gonna do a video on this, is so. All that, is fucking badass. It looks cool. It's very nostalgic. But then on the NES, this is like a little secret nug that they didn't have to do, but they did.
Nug?
Secret nugget, little information,
Okay.
Secret nug, dude. You never heard that before?
Oh.
I say it all the time.
No, you don't.
I say it all the time.
I've never heard you refer to something as a nugget, let alone a nug.
Oh, maybe my other personality is shining through. I say nug on Game After It all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a nice little nug. That's a hidden nug.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to give you a nug later.
I don't know what that means.
A nug in your bug, dude. I don't know either. But okay, so on the NES, it's really cool because when I was building it, I was like, what the like I knew I was building an NES, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I building right now? Because it doesn't seem like it fits. There's a little section on the side that like is loosely put on, so like when it looks presentable, but you can easily take it off.
Okay.
And when you take it off, it's a little image of one of the levels in Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
So you have like a few pipes and it's just like a little ode built into the NES that gets hidden.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's cool as fuck.
How little is it?
Like it's like the size of the NES width-wise.
Okay.
So it's like you have a few pipes and then you have a few jumps.
You couldn't tell what it looked like while you were building it?
No, because I was like, what? Because it's inside the NES.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it's also you're doing brick by brick. I was like, what am I building right now?
Sure. You never took a step back?
No.
All right.
But it's also cool that they added that detail inside of the NES.
Sure.
Because most NESs
don't need that.
Most NESs don't have that.
I can't think of a single one.
Yeah. So I was like, that's fucking really cool. It's a really cool set, and it just makes me like. I mean, this set was probably pretty expensive. Those big ones are really expensive.
Yeah. Over 100 at least.
But it makes me want to like get them because they're so. But also they take up so much space. Like, where do I put this?
That's the thing is, what do you do after you're done with it?
Because I have like some of like Lego cars and like those I can at least find a home for.
Yeah.
But this is like a full
thing.
set. And then also I just built. My friend got it off of Temu, so it's like knockoff Legos.
Sure.
But a Game Boy.
Oh.
A Game Boy Lego, which is wild because I built that like 2 days before, and then my stepmom gave me this, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
So
I just
much,
built a Nintendo. So now I'm gonna put my Game Boy next to it. The Game Boy looks cool as hell.
What
too.
Game Boy?
I like the original, like the gray fucking rectangle one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was.
And is it like the correct size?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty sick. So that's been fun. And then my mom for my birthday threw me a party over the weekend.
Did you fucking A her friends?
No.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why you were hoping for that.
We talked about
Yeah,
that.
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
She doesn't listen to this.
But it was wild because it was like a party that she threw for me. So it felt like I was 12 years old again.
Sure.
Because it was all of family friends that are like
adults
in their
like
50s, in their 50s that used to come to my birthday parties when I was 12.
And they were 30.
Yeah. And then so my mom threw me a 30th birthday party, and it's just me and a bunch of 50-year-olds, and they're all like married or 50. And she made tacos, and then it was just like I got drunk, had cake, played cards with them, and it was like kind of fun.
Sure.
But like there was one point where they started singing me happy birthday, and I was like, I hate this.
Yep.
But luckily I was a little drunk
Like
at
if
that
I had
point.
a gun right now, it would be in my mouth.
But I was like, this just feels like a weird nostalgia thing because I was like every year for my birthday growing up, like the whole neighborhood would come over and shit.
Yeah,
and that was so fun. But it was like weird. My mom found these weird like I've never seen them before. They're like candles, but they're sparklers.
Okay.
So like it was a 30, and they're like legit like fireworks sparklers.
But so they're on the cake?
No, I had to do it outside.
Okay.
I had to do it outside, but I was like, that's fucking cool.
Could you blow them out?
No, they're sparklers. You just light them and then hold them till they go out.
So they were just sparklers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, that's cool.
Did they look like candles?
Yeah, they were shaped like candles, and it was a 3 and a 0 for 30, and they were like, they were like birthday sparklers, so they weren't like,
okay.
Yeah, it was weird. I've never seen them.
Gotcha.
It wasn't just like normal sparklers. No,
or
it
just
was
like 30 sparklers like you'd put on a cake, 30 candles.
No, but it was like a 3-0 in like gold font that looked like a candle, but it was a sparkler. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What do you think 30? That'd just be like a flamethrower, right?
Have you ever done a sparkler bomb?
Where you put them together and it's just fire,
dude,
right?
it's so cool.
We should do that. Oh wait, no, it's October.
It's
we have
October.
a while till we can do that.
We should do that right now. No, it's spooky season, dude.
Yeah.
It don't. Some people on Halloween like do fireworks in mailboxes and shit.
Probably like the prank aspect of it. Yeah.
That's not really a prank. That's like a federal crime.
Yeah.
Fucking arrest them, take them to prison. But it's been a pretty busy week for me. Oh, speaking of, so one of my mom's friends brought over a Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never heard of this before. I think it's a new thing. It's like a Kentucky coffee style whiskey.
Okay.
So I remember when like Screwball came out and it was like really popular with peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
So this was like, I think this is the new popular thing. It's like coffee whiskey. But then one of my other mom's friends got me this Kentucky coffee whiskey cold brew.
Which we talked about.
I'm intrigued by this cold brew. I haven't tried it yet. But one of my mom's other friends just had a bottle of straight whiskey.
Yeah.
It
How was
coffee.
the whiskey?
It was good. It tasted like maple syrup. Like it wasn't very.
I can see that.
Like there was hints of coffee, but it mostly just tasted like breakfast. It was good. So I'm intrigued by this.
So it's time for a Moist Monday taste test.
Ooh. So this is the hard cold brew, lightly sweetened black, 5.9%. Damn, and I think it's made with like legit coffee. So that's why I didn't bring. That's why I didn't bring two of them.
Because do they still make the PBR cold brews?
Ooh, I like that a lot. That's pretty good. That's how you start day drinking right there. That's how you start day drinking right there. And it's like a lingering taste.
Interesting.
That's good, dude.
That's a different kind of coffee.
Yeah, that's because it's not super aggressively coffee. I thought because it said lightly sweetened, I thought it was gonna be like straight black coffee. No, but that's good. It's like sweet.
Interesting.
I like that a lot.
I get mapley from that too.
That's really good.
But does PBR still make their cold brews?
I think so. Like
I haven't seen them
the
in
brown
forever,
box
where it's the box of 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I went through a deep phase with that.
I forgot about those because it was weird that PBR decided to do that. Because PBR is like, I love it, but it's shitty beer. And I was like, oh, they're releasing a cold brew?
Dude,
this is going to be disgusting. But then I tried it and I was like, oh my God.
That was my COVID drink.
Weird.
Yeah, like I would just go through 4 packs of those and just...
It is weird. It is weird when like shitty beer companies decide to do something different, but then it's like so good.
Yeah.
Like Grain Belt, for example.
Okay.
Grain Belt, super shitty beer from Minnesota. Like it's so shitty, I don't even like it.
Okay.
Like it tastes like rusty corn. Like that's how I just like it's fucking disgusting. But they released, I don't know if they still do it, but they released Grain Belt Blue, BLU.
Okay.
And it was like a blue raspberry or style like drink.
Yeah.
And it was like so good. And I was like, what are you?
Yeah, what
you're
doing with all
making
this other
grain belt that
bullshit?
tastes like shit, and then you make this like, it's so weird. So it's weird when like PBR did that. I was like,
sure, because that was delicious.
yeah, I wonder if we can find that. It's probably at Walmart, I would guess.
I think so. I just have not seen it in a long time.
Well, I guess I haven't really looked for it.
Right, but like 4 years ago, that was my main drink because I remember. Because unfortunately, you and I had to work all through COVID.
Yeah, we didn't get a break.
We got like maybe a couple days off for a second at first, and I remember all we did was play Warzone together because that's when Warzone,
we played
Call of Duty Warzone first came out, and I just got into those PBR cold brews. That's such a solid moment in time for me.
Isn't that wild? Where it's
and
like,
that was probably only like half a week.
Yeah, probably wasn't very long, but just that specific thing of like, I drank this and played this at this time. And I'll never forget that.
Yeah. What were those other like right when COVID started? Like when it was like, oh, 2 weeks and we'll be done with this. What were other like moments in that time? Because I remember Tiger King,
which I never watched or never saw.
I did watch it. Oh, right. That's when I got my first arcade cabinets.
Oh, shit. That's when your arcade one up was like blown up and shit?
I bought two of them and built it while Tiger King was on. Because that's part of what I did with my stimulus check. Because I was getting paid.
Yeah, I remember getting the check and I also was getting paid.
Yeah.
But then also I quit going to work. So it was awesome. So
Right.
So,
that's why you played so much more video games than me. You stopped going to work around that time.
yeah, but I got the stimulus check. So I was like, I don't need to go to work. And then I ran out of money because I quit going to work.
God, but like, I remember hearing what people in similar fields were getting paid for staying home.
Yeah.
And it was way more than I did.
And you were like, what the fuck?
I'm working and making less money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like, because I imagine all those guys got fucked on taxes, but like, so did I.
Yeah. Well, everybody did because we all got handed money and then had to pay it back or get taxed on it.
So wild.
Because like, it wasn't like they just gave it to you. It was just in your account.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like they didn't even see if you were working or not.
There
it was
wasn't
just
even
like everybody.
There wasn't an option to say no.
Just like, fuck it, have it.
And then we're going to text you on it.
Yep. God, and like Donald Trump did that.
Yep.
That was his last year of president. It's insane to me that like 2017 he was president.
Yeah, before COVID.
Because that's when I was like in Iowa City.
Yeah, it's weird thinking, dude, pre-COVID,
Yeah.
it's weird thinking about it. It's like that in pre-towers. The world was different.
But also it went 4 years of Donald Trump and then like what we were like 3 years of COVID.
Yeah.
Like we're recently out of it.
Well,
We're like probably a year and a half out.
it's what's wild is it's still around.
Sure. Yeah, one of my coworkers got it 2 weeks ago. I have a buddy who has it, I think now.
This is I from the beginning I always said that. I was just like, it's just gonna be another sickness.
Yeah.
Like it
Like it was rougher for some people, but yeah, that's so weird.
but like, dude, there were times and I remember like hoping.
COVID wasn't the worst thing that happened to us recently
No.
either. It was that one sickness.
It was that one sickness. That's the next COVID.
Because you brought that to me.
That's
and
COVID 21,
that
baby.
kicked the shit out of
COVID
us.
30.
Because that was the first time you ever texted me like, hey man, something's happening to me right now and it may have started on Monday.
Yeah.
And
Where
then
I
it
was
went
like,
through me.
I'm fucked.
Like, yeah. I remember that sickness. That one was rough.
I was sick for a month.
Yeah.
That was,
I think it wiped Izzy out too.
and I lost my voice.
Yeah.
Because I was coughing so hard.
Were
that
you
I had,
still at FedEx at that point? Because I was, and I remember I was winded.
I don't think I was working at that point. I think it was right after I quit my job.
Okay.
Like, because it was December. And I think I quit my job in November.
So
like,
I
it was
was
like
still there.
Yeah. And I was just ruined. Like, I couldn't even do YouTube. Like, I didn't want to leave my house. And
Sure, yeah.
It was for months.
So I think that's the
It was
first time you've ever
terrible.
like texted me of like, hey, by the way, something's happening.
Because I like felt a little sick that night. I remember because it was our Christmas special.
But like,
But I-
right.
That's when we got the Fast and
Remote
Furious
control
car.
cars, yeah.
And I felt a little like headache coming on, but I was like, no, maybe I drank too much or
Yeah.
maybe I was
A
dehydrated.
little off today. Yeah, it didn't set up well.
But I was like, I'll go to bed and be
and that
fine.
was like a long record
yeah.
too.
And then I went home and I was like, oh, feeling a little bit worse. Let me go to bed. And then I woke up and I was like, I started sweating.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh fuck, this is like a lot.
Yeah.
And then it just
Kept going.
It got worse.
No, because when you texted me, you were nowhere near your worst.
And my parents were out of town, so I like was staying at their place, and I was just like coughing all over,
Just hacking
Yeah, 'cause
away.
you know when no one's home and you just like openly cough, yeah, because you don't have to cover it because no one's home, so you just
Dude, like a solo cough is like a solo fart.
yeah, it's just free,
Which just open up.
yeah, and sometimes stuff does come out,
Yeah. Yeah. In both cases, absolutely.
yeah, but yeah, it's weird. I don't know what else was. It's because there were big trends during COVID. I remember Bo Burnham's Inside Out, or not Inside Out, Inside that came
Yeah,
out.
that one
But
took-
that was a little late COVID.
Yeah, because I think I had the house when that came out.
Okay, yeah, because that would have been probably 21 or 22.
Yeah, Izzy and I met pretty middle of, because it would have been, because COVID, Des Moines shut down
March.
St. Patrick's Day. Because I took a walk that night
Yep.
because everyone already had their stuff up.
But then you couldn't celebrate.
And nothing was there.
That's
So I remember
wild.
walking around downtown with that, yeah. Because also, one of my first like big things of when I moved downtown was St. Patrick's Day, and I remember that.
Oh,
of when I lived downtown.
and then it was just empty.
the next one was empty.
That's weird as fuck. And
Yeah.
you're like, I've made a big mistake.
Yeah, because I remember the St. Patrick's Day before COVID happened is Chase and I went out and we got just destroyed. And there was a moment where I was filming him and we went to a karaoke bar that was also a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah, and he sang
and he was
Tenacious D.
singing "Fuck Her Gently" to
a family.
that was obviously just there for the food. And this was at like 9, so like you were allowed to get food late. Like there was like children.
It's
still
so
in the
funny. And
bar.
then also, he's a good singer and performer. And he was drunk.
Going for it because that was also the night I signed him and I up for "Life Is a Highway" by Rascal Flatts, and he was like, "You know the song?" Right? I was like, "Absolutely." Like, life's like a road where you travel on. It's one day here and next day you're gone.
I'm shocked you got that far.
We don't hesitate.
It's fast.
And then just life is a highway.
I mean, Lenny McQuiz, dude.
I wanna light it on. And like he was just with me. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I don't know this at all.
It is wild when you're like, oh, I know that song, and then you're like, I
Nope.
don't. But you have to sing. You're out there singing it. Karaoke's a wild thing.
And that's a song that you read as fast as you can pop. Live. Like,
but then you're
go.
also like, what's the melody? I forgot how the verses go. Dude, I remember. It's weird we're talking about COVID.
Yeah.
But I remember because I was still doing YouTube and working full time. You know, because I was going over to Wes's like almost every day. And dude, it'd be so weird because I'd go over to Wes's at like 5 o'clock and the roads were empty.
Yeah.
Nobody was out. And then I'd like drive back. And I remember like the days where states were getting shut down next to us and like there was like
travel bans,
but then also like they were setting like curfews.
Yeah.
If you were out driving past 9 o'clock, you'd get arrested.
You get pulled over and you need a reason. You'd have to be like, I'm going to work.
Yeah. It's like, what? And I kept thinking,
right, because we worked at 4 a.m. So we had to be mindful of that. It was fucking, I forgot about that.
I kept hoping, like, because I was starting to miss work a ton. Yeah. I was like, I kept hoping just for us to get a lockdown.
Sure.
Because I was like, we didn't get a break at all. We didn't get the time off at all.
Well, because Iowa did have a lockdown, but we were necessary.
Yeah, we were working class, so like we didn't. Yeah, I was just hoping so bad. I was like, can I just get 2 weeks off, please? Like closed, and then I'll probably be good.
Well, no, and then I could just like have my pants off all day. You and I play online video games together.
Because that's what everyone else was doing.
I know, and making money doing it.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's why I got depressed.
Also, people were dying. We had it easy still. I know.
I got depressed, okay? I quit going to work and got fired because of it.
No, you didn't. You got so fucking lucky.
I know, I got so lucky.
That you got let off.
I got let off because of COVID.
Because you were the first person on the list of who to let off.
100% because they couldn't fire me because
you had depression.
Because I had paperwork from my therapist, an FMLA, which is like a mental health based piece of paperwork that says you're allowed to miss work.
Yeah, that's like that's such
it's
bullshit.
Very shitty, but
no, that's like if you come to work drunk, but then you prove that you're an alcoholic who's trying to stop. Like, I remember that being a thing like in the early 2000s. People were doing.
I just.
It's an issue. It's a sickness.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But if I don't drink, I'll be shaking.
Yeah. It's a sickness you need to help me work
But I'll just randomly go, I'll like text it. Not coming in today.
Yeah, they'd be like, I'm going to take a shot. But speaking of taking a shot.
The second tower's been hit.
No, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. You said shot.
As the Moist Monday podcast.
I thought we were talking about COVID. I might as well talk about 9/11.
Sure, yeah. They're doing the same.
Yeah, both big events in our lifetime.
Also, by the way, let's post your birthday video right here just in case anybody missed it.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
If anyone's made it this far, you want to see this video, it starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. I have to pee again.
Go.
Happy birthday!
We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
Breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads.
Dude, it's so funny picturing the audio listeners that had to listen to that birthday special because it starts off with just people saying happy birthday, and then it goes into music, and then it just goes doo-doo-doo-doo. The second tower has been hit, and then back into music, and then it goes doo-doo-doo-doo. COVID-19 has shut down. Like there's no audio, so it's just I made a video montaging my life and photos, and then showed off big highlights of the life.
No, because initially you made this cut of it and sent it to me. You're like, hey, can I get your thoughts on it? And I remember you sent it to me a night that I'd seen you recently, but then
it was Monday night, yeah.
And you'd hope that I'd watch it that night, but I didn't because we just didn't get around to it, and then went to bed. And then I woke up and you texted me like, hey man, can you watch that?
Because I made it just for you. I made the cut just for you because I was like,
initially you were like, I can't put 9/11 in this
because I knew you would laugh at it, and you did.
Yeah, so hard.
But then I was like, dude, one thing that made me laugh so hard is I showed Dana at the birthday party. He laughed at it, and then
the first time he watched it, where it got to 2001,
and he goes, "That's the year of the towers."
Yeah, he leans over to his girlfriend and says, this is when the towers fell. Yeah. And there's a few 2001 photos.
And then it goes into it. But then,
because September's later.
But then one thing, I was talking to my brother on the phone.
Yeah.
A few days ago. And we were talking about the video that I put out. And he's like, yeah, I saw you posted it. I was on work at break and I was watching it. And then all of a sudden I busted out laughing. And I was like, oh, really? You were laughing? And he's like, yeah, dude. The 9/11 thing is so funny. And it's so well because he was born in 2004. So I don't know. Is he allowed to laugh at it? I don't know.
No.
But then, dude, so he was laughing at it.
I think we're the age that's allowed to think it's
Even
funny.
though I was in first grade when it happened.
Dude, I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I remember that day.
It too. I remember that day. But so he busted out laughing, and then his coworkers were like, "What?" And so then he showed his coworkers this, and they all thought it was funny too. So I was like, "Okay, good, okay."
Because you were worried.
I was worried because I was like, "It is jarring."
Well, and also, I don't know. Are we the only ones who thinks that we talk about it?
Nobody acknowledged it at all except for Jaden. Because I posted it on social media and everyone just goes, "Happy birthday, happy birthday!" Yeah. So nobody fucking watched it.
Yeah, they saw the first second of it,
and they're like, "Oh, it's just a montage of photos, cool." And then it's like,
because I'm asking my mom if she saw it, but also I don't know if adults think it's funny.
Well, my mom, grandma, and like all my family members saw it, and they were like, "Oh, it was so awesome to see." And then they're like, "Oh, it was pretty cool that you put in life events." So that's what.
Well, because you said you put in COVID to make 9/11 seem like less of a joke.
It feels like,
but you still get the initial laugh of 9/11
because I added in the like the breaking news, and you would know exactly what it's going to be.
Oh, absolutely. Because also, I don't know why it always catches me off guard,
dude. That's why. That's what makes it funny. Is it's like, oh, this is a photo of me when I'm 6. And then breaking news, like
when I was 6, 9/11. Because you told me even before I watched it that you put a joke in it just for me, and I did not even think about what that could possibly.
Because you were just watching, and you're like,
I thought there was going to be like maybe a clip of us doing something stupid,
when we were like high schoolers, and then you're like,
9/11.
Yeah, that one was fun. But this has been the Moist Monday podcast. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of it. Hopefully you guys are having a spooky season. Go watch some scary movies. Go watch some.
Recommend us to them because I won't be able to do 31 horror movies this October, but I want to watch a bunch.
Yeah, I want to recommend me ones that are good but aren't scary.
Ooh, a good thriller I just watched was Single White Female. It's from the 80s, I think.
Oh, I could get down with thrillers. Yeah,
it's the main actress in it. She's a name that you'd recognize, but probably wouldn't recognize the person. Okay. But I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I do want to. We were talking about this before recording. I do want to watch Cabin in the Woods again.
Yes, that's a good intro.
And then I also.
Cause you've been watching like 80s campy horror.
Yeah, campy horror. Like we watched Friday the 13th Part 3 and Part 4, and those are like they're not scary.
But like 4 is the scariest.
But
probably.
They're not. It's just like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just because he's just killing these kids because they have sex.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Which means you can watch like the big 3. You can watch Friday the 13th, you can watch Nightmare on Elm Street, and you can watch Halloween.
Yep. But Halloween's a little scary.
The first Halloween is like, I would honestly like, it's an art film. Like it is so good. Yeah. Because also it was the first of that.
And then
then you get into like the screams, but those
I love the intro of Scream 1, but is the movie scary?
No. Because it's not satire, it's an homage.
Yeah, because some of my friends are calling it a parody movie, and I was like, it's not a parody movie.
It's not funny.
It's not a parody movie. These other films just exist in the universe.
Well, it's if you like sitcoms and then you watch Community. That's what Scream is if you like horror.
Oh.
It's a horror movie that's aware of all the others.
Damn, okay, that's a good point, because like Community is a sitcom, but it's not. It's like way better.
It's aware.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
And that is what Scream
I might have to
is.
watch Scream.
And also,
is Matthew Lillard in the first one?
yes,
He's in all of them?
no, he's in the first one.
Oh, I thought he was in all of them.
No,
Doesn't he come back in the newer one or something?
I don't know because I have not seen the new one.
Oh, I don't know.
There might be something like that, or people speculated. I never knew because
Oh,
I've
okay.
not seen the last.
I thought he was in all of them, just the way people were talking online or something.
No, everyone just loves him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love him too.
So I haven't seen the 5th or 6th one.
Okay. Do they go downhill quick?
No. 1, 2, 3, solid. 4 did a good job for what it was trying to do because also they're all meta. So they know that the third one's a trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And people talk about it and they know that 4 is a reboot.
Oh, okay.
So because it's the people this is happening to, but they're all obsessed with movies.
Damn, okay.
So they literally say, this is how you do a reboot.
So I might be able to watch those then because it is kind of like it's
meta.
It's not straight horror. Okay, yeah. So go watch some scary movies, and then while you're at it, make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Place My Podcast. Sorry, we got derailed on the outro.
That's
but
okay.
We like talking. We like especially movies.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make sure to talk about horror movies for the next few weeks.
Yeah, because this is our time, dude.
Yeah, and I think
This is our
last
time
year
to
I
shine.
gave my rank of horror movies that came out that I saw this past year.
Yeah, you haven't seen that many though this year.
I bet if I go through my IMDb, I've seen a few new ones.
Yep, and you'll probably watch a few new ones this October.
Yeah, I'll try to watch some new ones.
Watch some new ones,
Yeah.
and then talk about it at the end of the month. That'd be fun. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and also if you're on Spotify, we do have video. How you doing? You can see us.
Hello.
You can see us talk, which is weird, but that's what podcasts are nowadays. Hopefully, you guys are having a freaking great October. Get moist out there. Cheers, buddy.
I love you, man.
Love you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
I only get brought one of these because you probably don't want it because it's coffee,
Oh,
but it's a cold brew.
I haven't had a hard cold brew in so long.
But this is. Oh, you've had an alcohol one?
Yeah, remember I went through a huge phase of those Pabst cold
Those
brews.
were great.
Yeah, no,
So
that
this
was
is
that was our early COVID drink.
Those are really good.
because we could stay up late playing video games
Yeah.
for like a few days.
But I only brought one because you probably don't want caffeine this late.
Sure, that's fair.
But I am intrigued by this.